You okay? In January, Professor Ndunu warned Kenyans of tough economic times ahead as energy and food costs saw an inflation rages in the fallout from the war in Ukraine. During campaign, Ruto said Ukraine war had no effect on Kenya. On Tuesday, Nation quoted Njuguna Ndung'u once again saying, "From all the things we have analyzed, 2023 is not looking good. There are clear signals that is going to be a tough year and that the global economy is one example in terms of where we are going." Ndung'u asked Kenyans to brace for a new round of belt tightening as the new Kenya Kwanza administration moves to stabilize its finances. He did not say when. As electricity prices have continued to soar, David Ndii, the chairperson of Ruto's Council of Economic Advisors, turned around and claimed that the Kenya Kwanza regime never promised Kenyans cheap electricity. Yet, we know countries that have cheaper power than Kenya and do not experience outages. Given the foregoing, we wish to be clear as follows. As Kenyans, we pay administrators to solve our problems, not collate and highlight them. Our question to William Ruto, Gachagua, the team at the National Treasury, and the so-called Council of Economic Advisors are as follows. When are things going to get better? When will the shilling stop falling and losing to other currencies? When will the shortage of dollar end? When will the prices of essential commodities come down? I will let my colleague continue from there.
What is the plan? Can the plan be shared with Kenyans? We are concerned that the timelines keep changing. In the beginning, Kenyans were told costs would come down as soon as Ruto put the Bible down. After being sworn in, since putting the Bible down and prices refusing to come down, Kenyans were told fertilizers had been bought, still prices refused to come down. Then we were told Kenya has licensed GMO foods, still prices refused to come down and the economy refused to pick up. Then we were told to wait for 6 months. Each time the months arrive, the goalpost shifts again. We want answers, and if they do not come in the next few days, we'll have no option but to lead our supporters into these offices for answers. We will follow these officers anywhere and everywhere for answers and not warnings. You should be aware that we even have junior secondary, which is having teething problems. In many of the schools, there's no learning, there's no teaching. In many of the schools, they only have a single teacher who is unable to even assemble the lessons. The questions are, did we take over power without a plan?
Thank you very much, my colleagues. I wanted to say, members of the media, that what we are doing here today, we are going to be addressing you more regularly on topical issues touching on the welfare of Kenyans. And we are going to be doing this from here, Orange House, and also from the offices of our member Azimio, One Kenya coalition political parties. But basically, just to add on the statements that have been read, is to say that from policy, regulatory, and legislative point of view, that there is nothing, there is absolutely nothing that is going on in this government. Zero. We have just gone through supplementary estimates in Parliament, and I know most of you have the details. There is nothing in that supplementary budget that pointed out to the direction of a government that is trying to lift Kenyans from bottom to up. Again, we are going through